It's good to be home. Canada is, I always get a warm welcome when I'm here, and it's going to be a good night on Saturday, I think.
Can you talk a little bit about what went on for you in the Tahuna fight and kind of what went wrong?
Yeah, of course, no one ever likes making excuses, especially in the fight game. James Tahuna was a better man that night. I was battling an injury for the last 3.5 weeks, three weeks of my camp. I couldn't really do a whole lot. And then in the second round, I injured it again. And James took advantage of it and was the better man that fight.
There's really nothing you could necessarily take out of that. No lessons necessarily to be learned about being new in UFC or anything like that.
I don't think so. One amateur mistake I did make when I had an injury that really weighed on me. And if we're fighting at the highest levels of the sport, it's important that we do act like professionals. And I kind of act like an amateur by choosing to go ahead with the fight, I think, being as injured as I was. So that's a lesson learned. And I've done it before. I came out on top. Not that night. James Tahuna got a hard head, and he's a tough guy.
Does that just have to do with not wanting to upset the big brass around here so early on in your career, not going out?
What are you doing, trying to get me in trouble here? No, well, and that's part of it. I mean, when you're first starting out in this, in UFC especially, and on a bigger worldwide stage, pulling out a fight, so I already did it before my first fight, before my original debut, so didn't want to be that guy that kept pulling out because of injuries. And I don't think it dropped my stock too much. If anything, I'll take some good stuff from it and realize that I think I was a better fighter that night, but due to injury and I couldn't really get my cardio where I needed to be, I gassed out, then I can't take anything bad from it.
Yeah. Ryan, Gabriel from MMA Canada on that. This opponent, Igor, he's pretty tough. It's a tough fight for you. How do you see your style matching up against his?
I think I'm a bigger, stronger human being, and if he wants to brawl, then I'm going to pick him apart on the feet. And if he wants to try to wrestle, if you watch my last fight, it looks like he's got no wrestling, but I literally didn't have a leg to stand on. So, and if it looks like I gassed out, then let him try to gas me out. Let him try to wrestle with me. Let him try to strike with me. Whatever he wants to do, I will beat him.
So you're well prepared for this fight going into this?
Yeah, very well prepared. Very well prepared.
Can you just tell us, recently down at the Blackzilians, Kenny Monday's come in, Pedro Diaz. What have those additions been like, and just working with those two individuals?
It's really given the team a sense of balance. Before they were dominated with one or two coaches, and having a little bit of a disparity amongst the coaches so that they can all work together. So one guy can't hold too much of a scepter for power. It really helped make everyone work together better. So we're learning to gel as a team. So I spent half my camp down there, and I also spent my other half in Arizona with our old coach, Michael Van Arsdale, and Tim McClellan. So I split in between the two camps, and they both have good things to offer, and it's turned out to be both good relationships.
With the Blackzilians, I mean, so many fights coming up. Is the environment there kind of like some fighters talk about when there's so many guys there getting that individual time? Like, are people spread thin there, or is with the addition of these coaches, is it manageable right now with so many guys under that umbrella right now?
It's certainly manageable. You don't get as much personal attention with a smaller camp, but you know what? I would turn around, I'd spar with Alistair, and then I would turn around and there's Rashad. Oh, there's Diego Silva. Oh, there's Tyrone Spong. So it's not like you can kind of go with the guy and take it easy. You're in survival mode the whole time. We got some good wrestlers down there, with Rashad and Anthony Johnson and all those guys. And Kenny Monday has just been an incredible coach. And so it's been a good camp. Yeah.
Ryan, the cards taking some hits with injuries.
Yeah.
And I asked Sam Stowe, does that put pressure on the fighters to come out and put on more of a show, given the disappointment of the Calgary show? He said it does, or he always tries to put on a good show. You coming off a loss, are you worried about putting on a good show or focused on winning?
I want to put on a good show while I'm winning. How's that? Yeah? So, I mean, anytime we're in there, it's our job to entertain you guys. That's what everyone buys tickets for. But it's also a sport, so we have to make sure that we balance winning with putting on a show. And, I believe winning comes first. But if we're in a situation where we can entertain the fans, then that's what we're going to do.
And how do you feel fighting in Winnipeg?
I feel good. I love being back in Canada. I miss the money, the funny colored money. A girl gave me back some change yesterday. I was like, hey, what's that? I'm like, oh, right. So it's good to be back in Canada, and people here are nicer, and you can cross the street without just people trying to run you over. Yeah.